Over the 7 years of trading, I found that the key to success in trading is mastering the probability game. Because the one thing that is always certain in trading and will guarantee 90% of your success in trading is understanding the probabilities in the trading. When I started trading, I always wanted someone to teach me probabilities in trading in simple and short format. But I couldn't find anyone that teaches the probability in a simple and short format. And I had to do experiments or see a very long format videos to learn something simple as probabilities. Today I will teach you the probabilities and mathematics and trading in simple words. The probability is very complex and deep subject, but the thing that I will teach you today will cover 90% of the subject. That is all the thing you will need to be a profitable trader. And the other 10% will require gaining experience and studying for a long time. You might think you need to learn how to do technical analysis and win at least 60% of your trades, right? That's wrong. Most of the highly successful traders only win around 30% or 25% of the time. This means in every 10 trades, they only write about 3 times. But how are they profitable? The most important thing in trading is to understand risk to reward. Risk to reward means how much you win if you win and how much you lose if you lose. For example, let's imagine we are playing a game that we are throwing a dice. This means mathematically you can only be right 1 out of 6 times. And if you play long term, you will definitely lose money. But imagine you playing the same game, but every time you win, I give you $10 and every time you lose, you give me $1. This simple fact means you will be profitable in long run because you have to win 1 time to cover 10 losses. So you have to realize the win rate itself is not important. The thing that's important is risk to reward. The how much you win when you win and how much you lose when you lose. That's how very successful traders are always profitable. If they win big. If they lose small. That's actually my personal trading strategy. You might say, I did trade last week and I lost 10 trades in a row. But you are not considering the most important thing. Because the thing that every trader makes mistakes is not to understand the law of large numbers. In simple words, it says if you flip a coin for 10 times, it can come hit every 10 times. Or in a nutshell, the probability only works when you measure the probability in a large number. That's the law of large numbers. You have to measure the win or loss in a very large amount in order to make it work. So if we flip a coin for 10 times, it can come hit 90% of the time. But only when you flip the same coin for infinite time, it will come hit for 50% of the time. The biggest mistakes traders make is that they have good strategy, they have good edge in the markets, but they make 10 trades and 8 of them goes to loss. And they change the strategy. It's easy for us humans to be emotional and only see the current trade and say, I'm a bad trader. I lost 8 out of 10 trades. But the thing that you are not considering is that you're having a big risk to reward. And your strategy only works if you do it in a large amount of times. And you start to say, I'm a bad trader. My mind was right. I should get a job. And after you lose 8 trades, you give up on trading. And not wait to do it for a long run to see how your edge works in the market. When we say computers trade better, that's the reason. Computers see the situation outside the box. They see the probabilities in 1,000 trades. They don't have a mother that messing with their head saying, get a job, you loser. They don't get emotional. Personally, I'm a top 1% cybersecurity engineer and a programmer. These are very hard things to master. But being a trader is the hardest thing that I ever did in my life. I think 2 things will help you if you are in a trading journey. First, you have to love the trading. If tomorrow you make $1 billion and retire, you have to say, I will trade again because I love the trading game. It's a game that you have to love it. Personally, I love trading. If I lose, I love the game, not the money. This will help you not to give up and not getting burned out. Actually, having a little bit gambling addiction will help you a lot. Second thing that's important is that have you ever seen a person that made a lot of money in trading? Have you really ever spoken to them? They all say they all suffer from Olympic champion effect. The person that wins the gold in Olympics sacrificed their life for 7 years. And after 7 years of trying and grinding, when they win the Olympics medal, the gold medal, their life becomes meaningless. They become depressed because the thing that gives their life meaning was the Olympics. Remember that you have to enjoy the game. When you master the trading, you might come depressed. Personally, I love doing things that are impossible, not for the reward, because the thing that gives my life a meaning, the shitty life, is to do something impossible. I know it's hard to accept. It's hard for me to accept too. But someday you will look back to these days, these days that you are grinding. You wonder if I'm gonna make it or not. Am I wasting my life or not? And you say to yourself, these were the good days. Because I had a purpose. I have a meaning in my life. So don't rush to destination. Enjoy the ride. In this video, I told you the thing that will guarantee 90% of your success in trading. The risk to reward and how you should think about trading. But the other 10% will remain for you to understand it with yourself after doing experiments. If I help you and you are the same journey as me to master trading, subscribe to my channel. Personally, I'm doing a prop challenge these days, and it has been very hard for me to pass the prop trading. It's my first time. I'm trading for 7 years, but I've never done prop trading. Also lately, it has been very hard to keep moving with this YouTube channel without feedback. Please tell me in the comments how you feel about this video. This will definitely boost my motivation. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thanks, love you guys. See you in the next video.